Hi Flosstube, it's Narissa from Narissa's Stitching Lifestyle. Welcome. Today is Monday, 3rd of June. It is King's birthday in New Zealand today. So it means it's a public holiday, bank holiday. Most places are closed apart from the odd retail and supermarkets, office and all of that are all closed. So yeah, and for me, lucky it's Monday off. Yahoo. So that means stitching, or in this case, video making. So it's been 3 weeks since I've filmed. That was unintentional. I didn't plan on being absent that long, but that's life, as things happen. So I have lots to show you. I've got some samplers, I've got some ornament stitching, I've got some new starts. So we've been a bit busy. And some of them not a lot of progress on each, but others, whew, couldn't put them down. One I couldn't put down, and unfortunately I've tidy kiwied it away too much and can't find it at the moment. It's somewhere in the house that I'm pretty 98% sure of. It's the Smith sampler. As you know, I've been working on that and aiming to get it finished, and I did work on it over the last 3 weeks, and yeah, I put it away somewhere and I don't know where I've put it. I hunted yesterday after work while I was prepping for this morning, and it's playing hide and seek, that's for real. It'll turn up. Okay. Right, so let's start with some of the samplers. These are not necessarily in order that I've worked on them. They're just in order that they're stacked on the pile. Okay, so one of the first ones that I've worked on is Charlotte Warrington, 1838 by Needlework Press. This was part of the Homespun and Needleworks, one of their exclusive monthly exclusive charts and kits, and I'm loving stitching on this. It is being stitched with Wet Dyeworks. Love all the colours. See, some of them are starting to get a little bit tatty, as they do once you start using them, but oh my gosh, wonderful. So this is like a 2-year stitch along, something like that. Well, I'm already behind, but I started at the bottom, not at the top. So, alright, it's a little bit, I don't use a scroll rod very often, but for this big girl, because it's pretty much the width of the fabric, it is being stitched on, gosh, what are we doing it on? 46 count hog bristle from Fox and Rabbit. The little wee tags up on here. Okay, so 1/2 threads. Right, so this time round, it's going to be a bit hard to hold, it's quite heavy. I stitched more of this flower here. It brought the red further up, the grass along, and I wanted to do the tree. So he's not finished completely the tree, but we're making more progress. And then I started in on this little guy over here. It's a wee bit hard to see, but he's another sheep or dog. What was he? I think he's a little dog. But yeah, we're getting there with him. So nice to be able to put a few hours work into this one. It's definitely a long process though, but I wanted to work on the bottom and get the majority done. So on the pattern, where are we? This corner here. So yeah, up here, this tree here, and just filling it in. So I want to kind of, you know, work along, but work the animals in, and probably get to the centerpiece here before I start the green filling, because I can do that anytime. That's quite easy filling. One of those, you know, evenings where you don't want to concentrate. Quite a nice way to do that, because the grass is in 2 shades of green. So yes, really enjoying that. I'm just going to wiggle around a wee bit today because we haven't got a lot of room. There's tables and chairs and all sorts everywhere. Just going to pop to the other side. That side there. And we're going to hope we don't muddle threads up today. We did last time and it wasn't fun trying to work everything out. Okay, next on the list is in my cream and white kitty's back again project bag, DMC threads. Okay, and stitching Elizabeth Furnace, 1836 is she? Yep, 36. And oh, I've loved this for such a long time, and watching everybody, the group of floss tubers that were doing it, you know, little bit by little bit each month, just made me, oh, I have to pull this out and get working on it. Most of them are starting to come up to the finish line, which is amazing. They look so wonderful. So I am stitching mine on, bear with me for a moment, 40 count fabric that I dyed myself. So it's a little bit darker than probably the picture really requires. So here's the whole thing. Get back a little wee bit. So we'd already done across the top here, there's the real faint baseline. Put her name in, because I just had to do that. We'd already come down the side, but this is where I concentrated on, is down the bottom here again, because the grass just fascinates me. I don't know why, but I love that it all changes colours. So this time we finished this flower off, finished this deer, the bird, what else did I put it? Oh, the little goose. Kind of see him in the black and white, and this other deer here. He was there, but he needed just finishing off. So then what I've done is taken one of the greens, and it's sort of, you know, here, there. So filled in those. And then this one here comes all the way across. So that was where I was working to get my balance of where I'm at. But yeah, it's coming together nicely. I mean, the bulk of the work is definitely down in the bottom, between the grass, the animals, and the houses. After that, I think it'll fly. But yes, absolutely loving working on this. So Elizabeth Furnace came out for a play. Okay, I am going to pack up as we go. Only because there are 3 little kitties in the room who want to run away with my thread. And it wouldn't surprise me if they've run away with my project bag. Okay. So the next other project that I worked on, because it was, just get my head around it right. Okay, so they were pretty much my non-Mania projects, but I worked on them anyway. So one of my Mania projects was Mary and Diaper, 1826 this time. And she's gorgeous. I love these big flowers in the middle here. Absolutely gorgeous. So she is being stitched on 36 count, dyed by me again. She was started at the beginning of last year. So we need to pull finger and get some going on here. So yes, lots and lots of bright colours in this one. Lots of muted, but lots of brights. I love the oranges and the reds, and even these blues. They really stand out against the fabric, which is really great. Okay, so top part is where we were. We've done all that. We've done the side borders, and then the baseline along the bottom. That was all done. So what I've done this time, I'll get my side of the camera. It's on. It's probably a bit more reflective of the colour of the fabric. Of course, it's a bit washed out as you bring it in closer. Let's go this side. Okay, so from last floss tube, I've done the flowers at the top here. Filled in the red berries and finished off the leaves on this tree. The rest of it was pretty much done, if I remember right. Oh, I think I did finish off the second colour in the tree there in the urn. But my gosh. So pretty much this little section gets repeated over the side, just in reverse. So I've done this one over here, and then we've got to do the one over there. Kind of saving that big flower in the middle till last. And I'll do that alternatively with the rest of the 1/1 wording, which is up here. But absolutely gorgeous. If we step back just a little wee bit, that's the whole thing. But enjoyed working on her. Hadn't worked on her for a little while, and like I say, it's in its 2nd year, so we probably really need to get going on her. She lives in this beautiful project bag that Judith had made. Thank you. Pop her away as well. I'm also checking in each bag to make sure I hadn't hidden the other project. It's one of those weeks, I tell you. Okay, so next on the list was another one that we hadn't stitched for. Oh, they're all going to fall over now. And this lives in envelope style bag. I love this fabric. It's been made for many, many years. Oh, pop him up again. Okay. So, Mary Gibson. While Iris Naps Designs. Now this was another exclusive from Homespun Needleworks on Facebook. And she's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So let me find my little threads in here. So she is once again being used with Weeks Dye Works. She's coming along. So, got my tag on my fabric? No. Hold on 2 secs and I'll tell you where I'm stitching her on. Because I just can't remember. Let's have a look. It is being stitched on 40 count Thornfield linen by Needle and Flax. Cromler, she's still another big girl, and that's probably pretty true to the colours. Okay, so this side here is definitely halfway through the height and done. So I worked more along the top here, filling in the little red flower, and I brought all the rest of the alphabet along the top here and the border underneath it, and finished off this border as well, the green one, and did a few more letters in here. So just wanted to bring it all the way across, so then I can just start bringing both sides completely down. But she's fun to work on. Absolutely. For such a big sampler, there's not a lot of colours in here. When you look at it like that, it's not a lot. We'll keep trotting along. Yes, we do. Okay. Sorry. Don't leave myself much. Are you kidding me? So, I've been stressing for 3 days trying to find the Smith sampler. Guess what I just found? So it was tucked in behind that one, sitting on the couch. Oh, I tell you, like I said, it's been one of those weeks. Right, so yay, it's not lost. Ah, relief. So Smith sampler by the Scarlet House. And by now you probably all think I'm really crazy, and I am. Right. So, of course, I haven't got a board for this one this time. So we're going to have to do it this way. So here's the full picture of where I'm at. It's looking not too bad. I'm going to fold it in half because the part I worked, the bottom half's finished. This is where I worked on. So I worked some more on the basket down here. And it's all got green fill-in to go in between all the berries. I worked on this top part and got the tree in. It's not all finished, but the bones are there, and I wanted to stitch the outline of the swan. So the swan's not full done, but I'm working along the outline. So the water's done, and now I'm doing the grass on the background. So in up here is where I was, and this one over here is the one I've stitched. I'm loving how that is turning out, and in the DMC threads. Oh, so do you know what? We're going to throw this one on the couch beside us, because I actually want to work on that. Because she hasn't had anything done this week, because I couldn't find her. Okay. Oh, bend down. Oh, yeah, and the next one of that is this one. Okay. So the next one was another one of my Mania stitches, and that is Vanzilla Larisha, 1837. 1837 and 1836 seem to be years that I'm drawn to for when these girls have stitched these patterns. I love a lot of others, but for some unknown reason, this round of projects have all sort of been around those 2 years. But, oh, I love this. It's gorgeous. So she is being stitched on antique lace, 46 count from number 12 Stitch Co. Down the road. And this is her here. Now I have come all the way across, but I folded it in half because this is where I mostly concentrated on. So it's kind of it's antique lace, but it's kind of a greeny colour. It's really hard to capture. Probably close there in film. And the red just stands out amazing on this. Okay, so what did we stitch? Right, so we finished off this one here. We had this branch here and a little bit in the middle there to go from last time. We've done these 2 birds, I guess you would call them, and the diamond shape in the middle. And then we've done the little, looks like a V. And then we've started the top of the sail for the sailboat in the middle here. So I'm happy with that. That was good progress for a couple of evenings. Because it's 46, it does take that a little bit, you know, a little bit slower stitching. But this is coming out wonderful. So another one of those long-term projects that we are getting a bit of stitching in on, which is nice. Pop that away in its bag, and it lives in this another envelope bag. Upside down. So beautiful. Okay. Next one's down low. So my next one is another Mania one. Now this one is Martha Worsley, and she was 1847, so we did go a little bit out about year dates. But loving working on this. It takes a little bit longer when you kind of stop starting your threads. I'm working the border first, because I really want to do the bird and I really want to do those beautiful blue vases and the rose, but I won't do the border after I've done those. So I'm working on the border. So we've come, here's the center of the design. So I've come across, and now we're working our way down. And that's in this top corner, across and down here. So mostly worked on sort of this side a little bit here. But she's gorgeous. This was another piece of 40 count, and it was, this one I dyed myself. I'm trying to think of things in the book. But it was a creamy white base. So I dyed it myself, and then I've over dyed it just a little wee bit, just to give those sort of the illusions of a few brownie spots in aging. But love how the fabric has turned out. So yes, not a lot of progress, but I'm happy with that. DMC threads. She's into her project bag. Her project bag is another Judith bag. And I love this one. So of course that's why I had to have a favourite sampler in there. Okay. Sorry, I've got bits behind me as well, so it's a wee bit hard to see where I'm at. Right, the next project, or my last, loose eyelash, and I can feel it. My last sampler that I stitched on was from Exemplars from the Heart, and it is And They Sinned. She's a big girl. She's a very long girl. And as you'll see, I'm only way up here. I'm down to here now. So I've still got a mile and there's big bulk stitching at the bottom to go yet. Probably should have started at the bottom, but that's okay. Using the cord for sampler threads and a couple of DMCs that just couldn't get the sampler threads from when I wanted to start, and they were near the start, so I just used the DMC version. Okay, she's been stitched on 40 count hog bristle by Fox and Rabbit. Just pull the thread out of the road. Okay, so I did do another couple of loops around in the cloud. I'm not worrying about finishing that. That is just every time I stitch I do a little bit more. But down here is where I worked. So I did the birds and the little bit on the top here. Already had all this down in this, yes, I'd had the snake down. The lady was done. So I've done the grass underneath her, brought the hill up. There's a big tree that's going to go in the middle here. So this is just one of the little flowers beside it. And then I've, this is the dress for the lady, or fairy, angel, I think she is. This one here, just above my finger. In blue. So I've done basically her blue dress and nothing else. She's got no skin, she hasn't got her hair yet. And I've still got to do Adam in here. But I really wanted to get to here so that then I'm set for next time. So there's still a pile of grass to do underneath here and some flowers, which are the tops of their green work, and then I'll bring it down and level it off, and I'll bring this down, and then I can just fill in the rest of the parts there. But I'm happy with my progress that I made on that. So this is, she's, like I said, oh, sorry for that, a very tall girl. This is her folded in half. And she's here. So the other half of the fabric's under here. So she's going to be very hard one to show as she gets stitched, I think. But oh, can't wait. And I have the spot, then I know where she's going when she is done and framed. That's something I like to think about when I'm starting projects, is kind of where I want to put them. And, you know, by rough measurement, will they fit in that gap, or will I have to rearrange or think of somewhere else for them to go? But she's coming along nicely. It's great. My boards, as you can see on the back of my board, my granddaughter likes to grab and colour in my mat boards and my foam boards, which doesn't help sometimes. Okay, I'm just, for you it's going to continue, but I'm just going to pause for a second. Okay, and by miraculously I'm back. All right, so I had to go and move a little bit of stuff and grab the ornament stitching that I've been doing and my new start. I'm just going to pull the chair up. Okay, so let's start with the big finish of stitching, okay? Now there may be a little bit of glare, but I have finished stitching the 12 days by hands on design. So Christmas ornaments. Sorry, there may be a glare on these. Right, so they have been stitched. I stitched mine on Aztec Red from Wheat Star Works, and they are all done. So at the moment they're sitting on one big thing, and they're not going to be. They will be ornaments. It's probably the best glare wise of them all. And probably pretty true to colour. When I took a photo the night I finished them, they come out quite bright red. And it's not that bright. It's a very, probably even there's a good shade of how the red is. I love it. Okay, so what had we already done? Okay, let's start with at the top. Now, Drummers is upside down, and that's just the way that I stitched it, but turn it around and she works perfectly. Okay, so then Pipers, Lords and Ladies, they've all been stitched. Their back stitching done as well. Rings was already done. Geese was done. Swans needed to be finished, so I finished that off, and it's back stitching around the word. Maids needed to be finished. What was the other one? Birds was the other one that I needed to finish off the set. Right, so they are done. Oh, so they will go over to the next video in that pile over there, because I am going to, how do I say it without shaming myself? No, it's not shame, it's just running out of time. There'll be a second video, and that is going to be what a lot of people call their box of shame. I don't call it my box of shame. It is just my box of I've run out of time to finish you. Fully finish you. So you're going to see that as well, because it's June. And in June, a lot of us like to do a finishing month, if you like, you know, in prep for Christmas in July, to make sure we're getting through some of these, not just ornaments, there's other stuff as well. But these things fully finished, it kind of gets you motivation when a lot of people are doing it as well. So definitely I will be doing that. And I've done a lot of prep work ready for that as well. Okay, so another one that I've been just slowly working on in the mornings. And I can't really show you a picture of this one because it's the freebie one. But it's the Christmas rounds from Stitching with the Housewives. The little pink one's on the pink fabric. So I did have 3 stitched, and I finished one off, and well, we used one in a finishing class that I took, and we I gave that to my friend because she wanted to do the finishing class. So I now have to restitch that other one. So these 2 are done, but this time round I'm stitching to the side the little freebie, which is Santa and the poinsettias. So I only started that yesterday morning, and then a little bit more this morning. So there's a couple more poinsettias on this side, and half of one there to finish to do. So 3.5 poinsettias to go, and he'll be finished. So I'd say another morning or 2. Some mornings I get quite a bit of stitching, sometimes I don't. So all being done with DMC threads. So this is not all the colours that go in this one. This is the colours that go in that series. So just working on those slowly, because I want them on my tree this year. And we are going to run out of space. All right. So, because I'd finished the 12 days from Hands-On Designs, I like to have a another Christmas project going, but that's, you know, multiple items in the series, in the set, because it's nice to be able to fill up a tree with 12 different ornaments. And I was going to wait till Christmas in July to start this, but I've been waiting for when these were first done, and to get them to New Zealand when they were the monthly club was just, would cost more than what the pattern actually did, the kit did. So I've waited patiently for these, and it is the 12 Days of Christmas Stockings by Annie B's Designs, or Annie B's Folk Art. I love these. They are so gorgeous, and by gosh, do they stitch up beautifully. Okay, so calls for DMC. Pretty sure. Yep, DMC threads. So here's all the beautiful colours. And I like to, I can up each project, but when I finish a project, I, you know, carry on using what's left on a floss drop. So some of them get a bit tatty and that, but I use them in the next one and use them up. So there's a lot in here that I've come from, or I've taken off the bobbin, because I don't use the bobbins very rarely anymore. But for this, it's easier to take them off and be able to use them. Okay, so I am actually stitching more than one set of these. I'll just poke that needle through to the other side. So I'm going to do some gifts with these. But here we go. Here is the first one. And this is not quite finished. So as we can see from the front cover, we've still got done the pear. We started the pear. So I've still got basically all the underneath here to do, and a little bit on the branches there. To get this one finished. But loving how this is coming. These are coming out. Now this is on this set, and a few of the others I'm going to stitch are on, well, 3 of the 4 pretty much are going to be stitched on this, if not the 4th. I haven't decided yet. 32 count black, just straight swag art. Nice and easy to stitch. So on the 32 I am doing 2 threads. I do have 40 count black put aside as well, because you know I like mine smaller ornaments. So I am going to stitch 1 on the 40 count, and I'm going to see if I like the size, and if I don't, because 40 count set will be for me, if I don't, then I will make my set in the 32 count as well. I have a whole metre of this to use, so I've got plenty, and this is like 30 centimetres, probably a wee bit too much, but I could do them sideways as well. I think I'm going to have enough room. If not, I can slice it off and I can use that bottom for other ornaments. But love how that's coming out, and the colours just shine on them. So yes, I couldn't wait. I had to start. So that was one of my starts. Not that I've stitched on it the last few days, but yeah, I stitch ornaments in the morning, so that's all good. Right, so my other new start, I started not last night, the night before. Lizzie the Stitcher on Flosstube is a New Zealand stitcher. Hi Lizzie. And it is her birthday month. So for her birthday month, we're stitching Stacey Nash primitives. And I chose 3 to do. So I've started with the biggest, and that is the Manor House sewing roll, using the called for Weeks Die Works. Yes, I hit them all, so that was really good. I mean, I could use the called for. I'm stitching mine on 36 count, and if I what is it, 36 count baked clay from Fox and Rabbit, so it's a little bit darker than what the picture really shows. But here we go. Here's my start. So we've got some of the windows of the house, the door frame, some of the grass worked along. This is the red, it kind of looks orangey, browny there, doesn't it? But it is actually red. Here is it. Is it the baked apple? I've got to remember which one it is. I've got my glasses on, so the focus is a wee bit different. Okay, bear with me just for a moment. Mulot. So it is this kind of red. It's a beautiful deep red. Let me hold it. I'll probably put it against the white, won't it? Be able to see it a bit better. Okay, so that's the Mulot there. So it is very dark red. So it is a, yeah, I would call it more of a burnt red, to be honest. But my gosh, it's stitched up beautifully. And I guess for one thing, it's a lot of filling. So like this is just basically going to go up and down, up and down, up and down. these guys are going up and down. I'll do the other side, the windows, and then I'll bring, like, just keep bringing the grass across the bottom. There's also a roof that goes across the top, which is this one here. So I'll start that soon so that I can either go bottom, top, middle kind of thing, because this is where I'd like to get majority done, because the rest of it's actually going to be quite quick stitching. But yes, loving how that's coming out. So yes, Lizzie, I have started. So yeah, that was my new start this week. What else? That other part is for there. I would also like to say thank you. There's been a few people that have gifted me some patterns. Yeah, I really appreciate it. There's some amazing projects I'm going to be coming out with. I've had to alter what I was originally going to do for August and September for samplers. There is about 6 new starts, and I wasn't going to do that many, but I can't help it. I want to do these. But yeah, I don't want to single out anybody. I just want to say thank you very much. Appreciate it. Yeah, just amazing. Thank you. Okay, so this one's probably a bit shorter than normal, which is a bit scary. But that's all right. So pretty much I'm just going to keep stitching. And like I said, it's going to be finishing month as well. So there's quite a bit lying around my lounge at the moment that needs to be fully finished. If we just move the camera a tiny little wee bit, that stack there that you can see, that plastic box lid, there is 3 of them. So you'll see them soon in the next video. But yes, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Yeah, just thank you. The only other thing I want to say before I go is please remember, 1 stitch at a time will get these projects done, whether they're little wee ones or they're the big gigantes like the ones up on the wall. Just 1 stitch at a time, whether you do 10 stitches a day or you do 500 stitches a day, we'll get these projects done. So everybody, happy stitching. Bye.